I never imagined I'd be airing my relationship drama online, but life has a way of surprising you. Buckle up because this is a wild ride. 3 years. That's how long Samantha and I were together. We met at a friend's barbecue, where her presence lit up the space. Not with volume, but with a quiet magnetism that drew everyone's attention. Blonde hair, hazel eyes that seemed to pierce your soul, and a laugh that felt like a secret shared just with you. We moved in together after a year and a half, splitting costs evenly on paper, though my higher income meant I quietly covered more. I didn't mind. You don't tally favors when you're in love, do you? Apparently, I was mistaken. Our third anniversary was October 12th. I'd booked a table at the Cozy Bistro where we had our first date. Nothing extravagant, just sentimental. I'd also bought her a retro record player she'd been eyeing for her vinyl collection, always chasing that perfect, nostalgic sound. That morning, she kissed me goodbye, mentioning a work event that might keep her late, but promising to meet me at the restaurant by 7:30 p.m., 7:15 p.m. I'm at the bistro, a bottle of red on the table. 7:45 p.m. Running behind. Start without me. 8:15 p.m. So sorry, this is dragging on. Can we reschedule? I paid for the wine and left, assuming work had gotten chaotic. We'd celebrate later. Then I opened Snapchat. Her friend Lauren had posted a story, and there was Samantha, unmistakable, at a trendy rooftop lounge. Timestamp: 8:02 p.m. No business attire, just the necklace I'd given her for Valentine's Day. I saved the screenshot not out of suspicion but gut instinct. At 10:30 p.m., she came home, spinning a tale about an endless client presentation. I asked for details, client name, discussion points. She was convincing, her story airtight. If I hadn't seen the snap, I'd have bought it. How was dinner? She asked, kicking off her shoes. Fine. Ate alone. I'm so sorry, we'll go tomorrow, I swear. I let it sit. Maybe she'd grab drinks post-meeting. Maybe I was overthinking. The next day, I checked Lauren's Snapchat again. More photos from the night. And there he was, Jake, her ex. The one she swore was history, irrelevant. He's in multiple shots, one with his arm around her waist. I could have confronted her then. Probably should have. But something told me to hold off. So I watched. Closely. Over the next 2 weeks, late meetings multiplied. Her phone was suddenly always screened down. She'd slip outside for calls. Textbook red flags, right? But I needed proof, not for a showdown but for my own peace of mind. Then came the tweet. October 29th, 1:12 a.m. I'm doom-scrolling Twitter, sleepless. Samantha's tweet pops up. Friendly reminder. I don't owe anyone justifications for my choices. Stop controlling people and calling it love. Her friends pile on in the replies. Yas, queen. Preach. That tweet hit me like a lightning bolt. Not rage, but sudden clarity. The next day, I did some digging. Turns out, when you're the only name on the lease, you've got options. Samantha wasn't on it, we'd never formalized that. Legally, her paying rent, or part of it, for over a year made her a month-to-month tenant. In my state, that requires 30 days notice to end tenancy, unless the tenant breaches the lease. Mine had a clause against unauthorized long-term or frequent overnight guests. I'd been keeping tabs. Jake had been visiting while I was at work. Our security camera caught him. October 17th, 1:45 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. October 21st, 12:50 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. October 24th, 1:10 p.m. to 5:55 p.m. I ran it by a lawyer friend. He confirmed she was a tenant, so I couldn't just toss her out. But a lease violation meant I could issue a 3-day notice to comply or leave, meaning she had 3 days to stop the unauthorized guests or move out. If she ignored it, I could file for eviction. The plan was clear. Serve the notice, file if she didn't comply, and move forward. Then she tweeted again. October 31st, 2:15 p.m. Some people think sharing an address means they own you. Newsflash. A shared key doesn't mean you control my life. I quote-tweeted it, attaching a photo of the notarized notice to comply or quit, taped to our door. My caption, nor do I. Then I waited. Her first call came at 2:18 p.m. I ignored it. Texts followed. What is this? Are you kidding me? This isn't a joke. Pick up. At 2:40 p.m. I'm coming home. We're talking. I was at a cafe watching the security cam. She arrived, ripped the notice off, and tried her key for 15 minutes, banging on the door and calling. I finally picked up. What's wrong with you? She demanded. Nothing. Did you read the notice? This is insane. You can't kick me out. I haven't. I issued a legal notice for a lease violation. You have 3 days to fix it or leave. Read it. Lease violation? What are you on about? Unauthorized guests. It's documented. Jake's been over. I know you were with him on our anniversary. I know you've been lying for weeks. You're spying on me. No, I'm observant. Big difference. Where am I supposed to go? You've got 3 days to decide. Or follow the lease terms you benefit from. Your choice. She hung up. The Twitter chaos erupted an hour later. She deleted her tweet, but screenshots were already everywhere. Then she posted a thread. Since my boyfriend decided to blast our business online, here's the truth. My ex was struggling with mental health. As someone who once cared for him, I was supporting him. My boyfriend took that as infidelity and is now trying to illegally evict me. This is what happens when insecure men think they own you. Replies were mixed. Some called me toxic. Others questioned her story's timeline. I stayed silent. No need to engage. But Lauren did. She posted her own thread. I've held my tongue, but no more. Samantha, you weren't helping Jake. You told us you were getting what you wanted and your boyfriend was too naive to notice. I've got proof. She shared group chat screenshots where Samantha boasted about juggling us both, planning to dump me after the holidays for one last good gift haul. My phone exploded. I turned it off and checked into a hotel. Update 1. 1 week later, I thought the worst was behind me. Nope. Samantha didn't budge after the 3 days, so I hired a lawyer to file eviction papers. $3,000 just for the retainer. Her dad, a lawyer, not in landlord-tenant law, filed a response claiming retaliatory eviction, harassment, and emotional distress, pointing to my tweet as public shaming. My attorney reviewed it all and smirked. You documented everything perfectly. The lease violations predate her tweets. That kills their retaliatory claim. But this'll be a battle. She wants you to pay her to leave. We countersued for unpaid rent. I hadn't noticed, but Venmo records showed she'd shorted me $50 to $100 monthly for a year, totaling $920. Plus, she owed for utilities she never paid, groceries she claimed to buy, and furniture I fully funded. Grand total, $3,312. My lawyer suggested a cash-for-keys deal. We dropped the eviction and countersuit if she left in 7 days and waived all claims. Her dad's counteroffer? $12,000 and 60 days to move. Meanwhile, Samantha launched a TikTok series about escaping toxic relationships, with tearful videos and dramatic retellings. The first got 120K views. Then Lauren struck again, demanding me screenshots of Samantha begging friends for lawyer funds because Jake blew his money on NFTs and couldn't help. The real twist came at Trader Joe's. I hear, you've got some gall showing up here. Samantha with her mom. It's a store, Samantha. You humiliated me. Do you know what you've done? I posted a legal notice. You made it a spectacle. Her mom chimed in. You're a weak man who couldn't handle a woman like my daughter. I know you were with Jake on our anniversary. I know he's been in my place. I know you plan to ditch me post-Christmas for gifts. Who told you that? Does it matter? See you in court. That night, a text from an unknown number, Jake. You were right. Attached. A screenshot of Samantha's Tinder profile, created October 27th. Bio. Fresh from a bad breakup. Seeking someone who can handle a fierce, free-spirited woman. No broke guys. Update 2. The court date was December 12th. The judge looked exhausted. Samantha arrived in a sharp blazer. I wore slacks and a button-up, per my lawyer's advice to look steady and wronged. Her dad argued I'd used her tweets to justify a vindictive eviction. My lawyer presented a timeline. Security footage from October 17th, 21st, and 24th, proving lease violations well before her October 29th tweet. On the emotional distress claim, he submitted her 52 TikToks, including one saying, I was dating both. So what? I'm keeping my options open. He added Lauren's screenshots and the Tinder profile, showing Samantha escalated the public drama. The judge ruled. Lease violations were clear. My actions predated her tweets, so no retaliation. Her claims were dismissed. He reviewed our countersuit, confirmed the $3,312 via Venmo records, and granted it. He signed the eviction order 7 days to leave. Her dad said, We'll appeal. My lawyer shot back. On what basis? The facts are ironclad. You're wasting her money. My client could sue for malicious prosecution. Samantha glared. Was it worth it? Ruining us over your pride? My pride? You cheated, lied, brought him into our home, and bragged about it. What was I supposed to do? Fight for me, not this. I don't fight for someone who's already gone. Update 3 weeks later, she paid the $3,312 in petty, staggered Venmo transfers. The TikTok stopped. Move-out day was tense. I worked from a cafe to avoid her, but returned to find her loading a U-Haul with her mom's help. She paused, holding a box of vinyls. Guess this is goodbye. I nodded. I'm moving back with my parents, she said with a bitter chuckle. Jake and I are done. He kicked me out 2 weeks ago. Silence. He called me toxic. Funny, right? Everyone's toxic but me. What do you want, Samantha? I don't know. Closure? A story that makes sense. You wrote the story. This is the ending. I loved you, you know, in my own way. Your way included lying. It wasn't lying. Jake was comfortable. I kept waiting for you to snap, to control me. But you didn't. You were just solid. Predictable. So you stirred up chaos to feel alive. Maybe. She scanned the nearly empty apartment. I'm sorry for how I handled it, the lawsuit, the posts. That's not who I want to be. Okay. That's all you've got? I wanted you to care. To fight. I did care. Past tense. Caring meant logging violations and hiring a lawyer. Now, I feel nothing for you. That's worse than hate. Her mom tugged her toward the door. She didn't look back. That evening, she posted on Instagram. A quote over a city skyline. The toughest lesson is realizing you were the villain in someone else's tale. Comments gushed. So much growth. You're so strong. Another performance. Another narrative spin. My phone pinged. Jake, sorry for my role in this. You're a solid guy. She played us both. I didn't reply. It's New Year's Eve now. I'm in my quiet, drama-free apartment. The lease renewal arrived yesterday. I signed it. Just my name. As it always should have been.